Right now, deep inside your brain, your nucleus accumbens is plunging your dopamine levels below where they started, and the neuroscientists who mapped this crash admit they have no way to stop it once it begins. It happens after every win. The last bite of the meal, the like on your post, the finish line, the paycheck, the applause. Your brain doesn't just come back down to normal, it overshoots and drops you lower than you were before you ever felt good. Right now, tonight, some part of your day already triggered this. You felt it as a flatness you couldn't name, a craving for the next hit before you'd even finished the first one. That's not a mood. That's a mechanism running silently, and it is rewriting how much pleasure you're capable of feeling by next week. Here's the part that should scare you. Your brain treats pleasure and pain on the same scale, like a seesaw bolted in your skull. Every time dopamine spikes up on one side, your nucleus accumbens fights to drag it back to level, but it doesn't stop at level. It slams the seesaw down into the pain side. That dip is the crash. It's why the scroll that felt good 10 minutes ago now feels empty, and you need to scroll more to get anything at all. It's why the second drink never hits like the first. Your reward circuit is quietly recalibrating your baseline lower every single time you spike it. And the terrifying part, this isn't rare. It's happening after nearly every small hit of pleasure you get all day, every day, stacking. The scientists who discovered this pattern, the ones who scan the brain during that crash, will tell you they can't switch it off. It's not a bug. It's how the reward system has worked since before we had language. You cannot opt out of the seesaw. Stanford researchers studying compulsive reward-seeking have watched people chase smaller and smaller reliefs just to feel neutral again, and they call this a dopamine deficit state, a hole you dig yourself into one small hit at a time. There is no drug, no willpower hack, no meditation app that deletes the mechanism. It is built into the wiring. And this is the part almost nobody explains correctly, high performers have found a way to work with the seesaw instead of getting crushed by it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what they do differently. And here's where it gets counterintuitive. You've been told the fix is to chase fewer highs, cut the sugar, cut the scrolling, go quiet. But some people who go fully silent, who eliminate every small reward at once, crash harder, not softer. Total restriction can spike craving so violently that the seesaw swings even further into the pain side. This is why some rigid dopamine detoxes backfire completely, and people binge worse than before. The seesaw doesn't want silence. It wants control over the timing. So here's the actual rule, the one elite performers and top-tier athletes quietly use. It's called front-loading discomfort. Instead of chasing pleasure first and paying for it later, they deliberately do something mildly unpleasant right before the reward. A cold shower before the coffee, a hard set at the gym before the meal, a genuinely difficult 10 minutes of work before checking a single message. Why does this work? Because your nucleus accumbens measures reward in contrast, not in absolute terms. If you tilt the seesaw down first on purpose in a controlled way, the reward afterward lands as a real high, and the crash that follows is shallow, because you're rising back to baseline instead of falling below it. You are choosing when the pain half of the seesaw happens instead of letting the crash choose for you. Tonight, you can start with one dopamine source you overuse, your phone, food, whatever comes to mind first. Before you reach for it, do something mildly hard for 2 minutes. Cold water on your face. 10 push-ups. Stand outside in silence with no phone. Then and only then take the reward. Notice it hits differently. Notice the crash afterward is smaller. That's the seesaw working for you instead of against you, and it's the same principle behind why some of the most disciplined people you know seem to enjoy less and never seem to crash at all. But the nucleus accumbens isn't the only structure keeping score behind your back. There's another region, quietly filing away every one of these highs and lows into long-term memory, deciding without asking you what you'll crave tomorrow.